Why hello there, fellow volcanic farmers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus, Volcanic Prometheus. Episode 9, Growing Our Own Wood. So I'm going to set them to wander aggressively so that they pack attack. If I set them to wander defensively, if something comes up and hits one of them, the other three won't respond. But if I set them to aggressively, they will all join in and gang up on the aggressor. Don't really have need for the gold right now. And I thought that... No, it doesn't go in there? Okay, I'll put this in my... There. Okay, what I want to do next is... Oops. It's pretty obvious. I'm going to take advantage of Tier 3 tech. So priority is build a machining bench. So, Tier 3 tech, let's talk about it. We get the machining bench, which unlocks the next tier. Canteens, I'm going to skip in lieu of thermoses, which is thermal protection for your things. Oxygen tanks will be great, but that needs steel first. So let's go back to Tier 2. Mouse all the way over to the mortar and pestle. Oh my god, I went too far. And get steel bloom to be able to make steel. And carbon paste to be able to make carbon fiber, as I will need that for Tier 3 stuff as well. Back to the Tier 3 techs, we're going to want to get the alteration bench, which allows me to modify my gear with all the blueprints, the iron crop plot, the cement mixer, and the forge, the wires and electronics, the concrete furnace, and for now, just the recurve bow. And I think I'm going to hold off on the other stuff in this because I don't have a lot of points left. And glassworking would make sense once I have once I have the forge to be able to start making glass for a greenhouse. But I'm going to want some crop plots to grow coconuts before then. I did have one pet that was hurt. I just want to check up on them. Alright, it's JD. One of the things I could do with JD is I could have JD follow me and like go fight something it's going to beat easily to heal that way too. But I'm not worried. I mean, 50% is fine. So, machining bench. For that, we'll need 9 more ingots hammered into nails. And 40 ingots on the crafting table. I'm also going to pull some of this stuff out because it's like there's no room. And making a batch of 100 epoxy. Oh yeah. Alright, there's my nails. So here it is, machining bench. Which unlocks next tier. Then after the machining bench, we are going to want probably the cement mixer, because it's required for basically everything else. And the caveat there is it requires refined wood, which I have none of. So right now my priority is start growing my own wood. That's going to be the most important thing, because I don't want to start using up wood to unlock stuff and then have no wood left over to actually start... Well, I mean, my crop plots don't require wood. So with that in mind, let's go over to the orbital exchange, request equipment, workshop, go down to dirt, unlock, and craft one with my wren that I had, and then go over to farming, unlock coconut, and craft one. And then... Actually, I'm going to make 2 units of dirt. Okay. Then, request equipment. Dirt, dirt, coconut. Don't hit my hogs. Who's aiming this thing? I guess it wasn't... I was kind of worried there was... Yeah, I mean, you saw. Dave, thank you for the gifted subs. There we go. And I'll just send this back. So if you wanted to send animals back, I'll show you how. Not that I'm going to do it. So you would tell... Like, if this follows me. This is how you would send animals back up to orbit. When you have animals near you, you just click on them until you see brackets. And then when you deliver to a station, the animal goes up too. And then you can call the animal back down. Okay, I don't want you to get burnt unnecessarily by the pod. Not that it would hurt you all that much, but come over here. And wander. What, I didn't hit you? There we go. So, consume, consume, consume. I'm going to kill off my my tomatoes that were in process there and put a coconut seed. And then I want to make the iron crop plots. Did I unlock that? I did. Okay. That's on the machining bench. So I need to deploy the machining bench. I totally forgot about that. And there's a worm that pops up there, so I don't want to put it there. So I'll put it here, I guess. And I need copper wires, sulfur, steel screws. So for that, I'm going to need to make the steel screws, which means I need iron. And I don't need a lot of steel to start, but I need to make a steel bloom. So in that case, the furnace that I have here can melt steel, or the stone furnace. So I don't need to tech up just yet to the higher tier, which is good. So I'm going to make 8 steel blooms with the iron ingots that I have on my mortar and pestle. But I only really need 1 of them to make the screws. Screws are pretty cheap. Alright, stick the steel screws in, because 1 ingot makes 100. Alright, so the next thing is sulfur and copper wires. So the copper wires, that's another... So the sulfur's here already on the bench. And eventually I'm going to phase out the old crafting bench. For right now, it's just like free storage, because I don't really need the wood all that badly. And grab the copper and chop it up into wires. And then the last resource is iron ingots, which is no problem. I have them. There's 2 iron crop plots. And the reason I'm doing the iron crop plots is they can be plumbed to be watered automatically once I have pumped water. Ah, I just got lung rot. Because I don't want to have to water them myself in perpetuity. That doesn't sound fun. Kilumdor! Thank you for the sub. You think I can hit that? Yeah! Woo! Okay. Go on, boars. Go forth and murder. And then once I have a few coconut plants actively being grown, that means I have an income of wood, and the wood scarcity in this biome is no longer like an imminent threat to my failing this challenge, which is awesome. And that also means that I can start to build a base. Because there really hasn't been a point to build a base up until now. There's like a drac above us or something. What I want to do is I want to keep one of my water skins for unfiltered water so I can water the plants, because the plants don't care whether or not they are watered by sulfur water. And for now, because I don't have a better place for my coconuts, I'm just going to be planting them outside and making sure that I keep one seed just in case. Now, one of the advantages of the coconut trees is when you harvest them, you'll get wood and also coconuts, but I don't really need the coconuts, so the coconuts can then be turned back into new seeds. So after a few iterations of this, I'll end up with like hundreds of coconut seeds, so that like there's just not a chance that I run out of coconuts for seeding. But I don't want to have to pay for another delivery of coconuts if I can help it, so at least for now, I'm going to be careful about what I put into the ground. Okay, I still have more dirt, and it makes sense to get 3 more crop plots for all the dirt that I have, because there's no point in having dirt and not putting it to use. So, let's get the rest of the iron that is in this cave, if there is any. I might have mined this all out, though. Oh, exotics! And I know that I could upgrade my pick to steel, or even platinum. Well, I can't smelt platinum right now, but like to steel. But I think I'm gonna skip steel tools because I'm already at platinum tier. And I have a lot of like deep drill platinum sites around me, and I haven't found a single titanium one. So, I might focus on platinum tools until I know I can source a lot of titanium. I don't see any other iron in here, so we'll get it somewhere else. So with the exotics that I have, I am going to hold on to one in case I ever get the having exotics increases your movement speed. And then I will send the rest to orbit with the request here. Oh, is it really you? You absolute jerk. You put it... Okay. That's a fair point. When I build a base, I'll build it over here, close to the water, so I have access to the water, but, like, not so that my requisitions go on the cliff, because, I mean, what the hell? Right? And, these hogs are starting to get blunt force trauma now, which is awesome. So that, there's a chance that the things they hit will have, DPS reduction. Let's grab our canteen and water the other coconuts before I venture off. So my 5 slot is the canteen I do not drink from. And my 7 slot is the canteen that is safe to drink from. Well, ideally, I will have, like, once I'm a little bit further in, I'll have, like, a canteen and a thermos. And the thermos will be for drinking, and the canteen will be for watering. And that way I don't get them mixed up, because there will be a visible difference between the two. So it's not like a oopsie, I just, like, super duper poisoned myself. So, the current priority right now is mine, iron, or more crop plots. And then after I get, like, at least a yield of, a yield or 2 of the coconuts, I can start base building. I can also take on simple missions in the area, hoping that the simple missions will give me, base building rewards, but I want to start building, a base and a greenhouse out of Scortia. So if I'm building a base out of Scortia, that also means getting a hammer, so I can harvest the Scortia too. So that will be one of the next things I craft is a sledgehammer. Interestingly enough, there is not a steel tier sledgehammer. As you can see, there's no platinum sledgehammer. There's no steel sledgehammer. There's a cold steel one, but I don't have cold steel, nor will I ever. So the only sledgehammer I can get for now is the iron tier one, this one. And the sledgehammers are required to harvest obsidian and scoria. Where'd that gas ball go? Oh, whatever. So this is the scoria stuff that you build into homes, which will be... soon it will be hammer time. Icefire, thank you for the resub too. Y'all are too kind. So the question I have for you guys is, should I focus on the greenhouse first? Or like a base for myself? And I'll pull you on that. What to build first? Greenhouse or living area? Because the greenhouse would allow me to grow stuff better, obviously, because it would remove... Fortunately, the coconuts don't have a regional penalty. They're not penalized for being in this biome, but if I want to grow, like, let's say wheat or lily flowers or something like that, there's going to be a regional penalty for those crops. Okay, there we go. I was like, this drac just became scoria. And the drac data just hit a milestone. So, yeah, there's not really any... I don't have a lot of information about it yet. God, where the hell did they drop this frickin' pod, man? The orbital controllers not only tasked me with like, hey, just live in the volcano, you'll be fine, but they're like trolling me with where these requisitions are. Screw you, Cenotai. Screw you, UDA. For reference, Cenotai and UDA are the two primary companies that you contract with. UDA would be sort of the equivalent of like the European Union. It's kind of like a union of from what I understand, a union of different country interests combined into one sort of UN type or EU type organizational structure, and then Cenotai is like Chinese space program. And there's other factions as well, of course. And I'll give 5 more minutes to vote on this poll. Of what you want me to build first. Okay, that's not survivable. Is glass is tier 3. It's the end of tier 3 here, the glass working bench. And then I'm going to want to probably get the reinforced glass building, because the regular glass will break at tier 2, beyond tier 2 storms. So it's basically like wood strength. Whereas the reinforced stuff is made of steel and epoxy, but that stuff's up to level 5, which is the same as scoria. So I'm not going to go with like discount glass. I'm going to go with premium glass, which is a lot more expensive, but I think worth the effort. Otherwise, you're going to be repairing your windows like every 30 minutes, which is stupidly obnoxious. And the bottleneck for that is I would need the forge, the tier 3 forge, because the stone furnace that I have, I don't believe smelts glass. I don't think that's something it can do. I'll check in just a sec. How are you guys doing? Getting a little hungry, but not quite needing it yet. Yeah, and they didn't level up at all. So you're about halfway to growing. Cool. Switching water skins. The first coconut tree is just about out of water. And yes, it's annoying to have to like water it 2 at a time, but it'll be worth it in the long run. Especially now that I'm making the iron crop plots, because I'll be able to plumb them. And then once I'm done with the sulfur water, I'm like emptying out the canteen so that I can't hurt myself. So simple quests in the area. Let's see what mining quests they have for us. They want sulfur? Oh yeah, I'll do that. That's fine. I didn't want to agree with copper for obvious reasons, but sulfur's totally fine. So, yes, the this furnace does not do glass. So if I wanted glass, I'm going to need to tech up to the bigger furnace, the concrete one, which is fine. So it looks like working towards a greenhouse is going to be the goal here. But before I go with that, I'm gonna want to get the crop plots in, and then for the greenhouse, which means the silica ore that I mined up, I'll keep for glass. Glass is you can smelt sand too, but glass is essentially just like silica that is smelted in a higher tiered furnace. Easy peasy. The reason why, you know, my obsidian pickaxe is actually better yield than the copper one, so let's use the obsidian. I don't know why I haven't been doing that. So the obsidian isn't as better than the steel tier, but what this thing does is it can insta-smelt things that I mine up. So I could actually, hypothetically, get glass by mining silica with the obsidian pickaxe, which is a shortcut to glass tier. It can, however, be annoying, because if I want to make, like, composites or carbon fiber, and I don't want to instantly smelt the things, when I mine with this and it insta-smelts, then, like, it can't become carbon fiber or something like that. But here's you can see I'm starting to get glass in my inventory as a result of using the obsidian pickaxe, because it's magical. And I'm also right next to sulfur, and I'll get the sulfur for the mining quest. Shut up, Drac. Oh, did they do it again? You absolute bastards. My pod's up there again. Shake my head. The other thing I have to worry about is the potential damage that the crop plots will endure in the storm, because they're not resistant to this level storm, I don't think. So I have to keep an eye on whether these bad boys are going to, or mostly this one, is going to get nuked due to this storm. So babysitting it a little bit so that it doesn't get destroyed. But now I have a bunch of glass. Let's go ahead and get the glass working bench as well, and then get the reinforced tier so that I can start building a greenhouse. And I need 26. Okay, cool. It is funny. It is a funny way to bypass the requirement of that furnace, just using a special pick, for sure. Now the glass alone isn't enough. I don't yet have a warhammer or whatever it's called, sledgehammer, in order to get the scoria. So once I deliver this stuff, I'll get that sledge. And Phantomus, thank you for the gifted subs. Cheers. I really need to move the base. Having the delivery pods be up here is going to get so tiresome. Oh, come on. But that's essentially why I picked this lake. It's far away from the grassy and swamp biomes. Therefore, most of my simple quests aren't going to be out of zone. And it still has a pond of water nearby, which is pretty vital. Alright, what do we got here? Copper, coal, sulfur, copper, coal, stone furnace, or furniture. I'm gonna go with the furniture. Because furniture is wood. Well, not the couch, apparently. There we go. Wood. Wood. And nails. Pretty piss poor reward, but it only cost me a little bit of sulfur, so, like, at least it wasn't too much of an investment. Now I have a couch? I do not. It's full move speed penalty for exposure fighting a lava broodling. Yay! Don't set me on fire. There we go. With my spear talents paired with the bone armor, my tanking ability is ridiculous. I can tank hits. I cannot, however, tank fire. Now, there is a way to tank fire, which is to have a fire resist module in your suit, and I can work towards that. That's not necessarily unreasonable. I'll show you the path to get that. Because now that I have some crop plots and some dirt, I think a lot of my Ren should probably be reinvesting more in dirt. Basically, I make money to buy more dirt so that I can self-sustain better. Alright, how are you faring? Pretty good. I guess this is only tier 2 storm? Because my trees are fine. Hunt and crazed creature. Crazed creature I could probably handle with the 4 boars. So maybe I take that next. But there's all the crop plots I can possibly make. And I'm not going to be planting all coconuts. Because, that's a bad idea to lose all your seeds until you have replacement seeds. What is going on? Why can't I swap? I like how there's they're trying to take dumps on me, but I'm in a cave. Sorry, can't concuss me. I'm concuss proof. Okay, now I'm not. Ah, you got me. Then I got you. Fair trade. This is almost harvestable. So let's put 3 more crop plots. Plant 1. And then the other plant, the other planting I'm going to do is for fiber. So I have some fiber seed that I got from the seed extractor. And it's not a bad idea to have a source of fiber, because fiber is like bandages, splints, suture kits, etc. And having a renewable source of fiber is going to be really, really necessary. So I'm going to take some of the fiber I already have, grind it up into seeds, and then plant some more fiber in the other plots. So the majority of my plots will be for wood, and then some of the plots for fiber, and then once I have more... Oh, that's a stone jaw. But it's going to be a brutalized one. Get wrecked! Congratulations, you didn't even get to attack. Oh. Love it. But once I get enough Ren, you know, I will want to also grow all of the stuff I need for medicine as well. Oh, one of the issues with the, you shouldn't harvest with the obsidian pick because it will, like, burn corpses. And yes, I'm feeding bacon to my pigs, I know. I'm a monster. I get it. Oh, come on. It's like 99.99999 done. Just let me harvest it. All right, let's get some watering done. And also put down that last, oops, last fiber seed. How's Volcano life treating me? I mean, you know, I'm like alive. I could definitely see the argument of I should have put the crop plots closer to the water. And I'll probably move it eventually once I build... Well, once I have a greenhouse, it's kind of moot. Bye-bye, Drac. How do you tame boars? With snares and bait. Made at a ranching station. Yeah, that was a bad idea, bud. That Trac's like, oh, I'm gonna get an ambush in. Yeah, good luck. I think we have like... Yeah, okay. Occasionally in this biome, you'll get packs of Dracs spawning. So now that I'm done watering, empty this container so I don't poison myself. And drink from the fresh water. Alright, let's seed up the coconuts. And then... Yeah, we'll have a renewable source of wood. And that will be awesome. So leaving this here, there's a 5% crop yield loss for each generation that we don't resow seeds. So I don't intend to resow seeds right now because I don't have a lot of like extra coconut seeds, but eventually we're gonna just keep refreshing them so that I don't have loss like that. How many Dracs did you guys kill? 4? Alright. Oh, Jesus. That's... As I mentioned, one of the dangerous things about the obsidian pick. It's awesome for some things. It sucks for others. And it sucks for harvesting corpses. Because it will... You can actually light yourself on fire that way. I've done it. It's annoying. So now that we have that done, what I need to do is... I've basically got all the crop plots I can get at the moment. I could buy more dirt. So I have enough rent to buy one more plot of dirt. Or, alternatively, I could wait until I have a greenhouse and then buy, like, wheat seeds or something like that. And I have a lot of exotics to sell as well. The other thing that I could do with the workshop is to unlock better envirosuits that have more slots. So, like, this one gives me a little physical armor. and a module slot. And the module slot goes here, auxiliary. And for the module slots, the initial module is movement speed, which is not too expensive. You know, that's 125 to research and craft. And then there's also modules for fire resistance, the low burn module, which would help with all the things that set me on fire in the volcano biome. So the question I have right now is, what should I buy at the store next? Suit and fire resist, dirt, or wheat seeds? And that, I think, is the three most logical things to save up for. And you guys can vote. So my priority right now is going to be get a glass-making station. So the glass maker is here. I'm going to need iron, refined wood. Now the issue with refined wood is refined wood's only going to come from the carpentry station. So I'm going to need the carpentry bench too, which means I need 80 wood to get the carpentry going, which is a lot. I do have that, but it's a very high percentage of my available wood, obviously. And then I'm going to need 12 ingots of copper nailed into nails. So I'm getting that now too. And then last is 12 rope, which is, you know, not a big deal. Let's get daytime. Okay, the nails are done. And the carpentry bench is done. I'm definitely running out of, like, decent space for this stuff. So now the refined wood is just regular wood refined into... so I'll do... How much did I need for the bench? Because I don't want to make any more than I need, so 10. So I'll just do 2 units of this. Because I'm down to 58 wood total. I know that, like, as I grow coconuts, that's not going to be an issue long term. Because here is 17 more wood, 29. Right? Like, there's a positive feedback loop. But it will take a while for me to feel secure. And then over here, we've got 5 coconut seeds that I had ground from the already harvested coconuts. So that I can, at some point, pull up the plots here and plant just a whole bunch of coconuts. Alright, so it looks like suit and fire resist is going to be the choice there. Let's see about that. So in terms of the suit, so first, I'm going to accept the crazed creature. And that is there. Okay. So if I wanted the suit, the Enviro suit that I'm going to want is this one, which has the suit module slot. Now, this one has 2 suit module slots, but it's going to be more expensive. So I'm going to research this one. Done. And then to research this one, I need more Ren. So I'm going to sell, let's say, 23 exotics. Buy this one. And craft it. Then, the modules. I need 75 for that. So we'll sell 25 more exotics. But I don't need to craft the mass dampener. I'm going to be making the low burn. And now I can research the low burn. Then, in order to craft the low burn, let's sell 10 more exotics. And done. So now I have the low burn, module, researched and crafted, and then I have a suit. So that's basically all the money that I had. But I think that's a really wise investment, to be fair. Oh, I didn't mean to hit request that. And then let's dropship cargo this stuff down to me in 20 seconds because I misclicked. In fact... Oh, you're wounded. Shoot. Follow? Follow? Follow. Follow. And then the one that is bleeding is... you. Cool. Alright, before I request the equipment, let's water the plants again. And then maybe I'll move the plots closer to the water so it's less annoying going forward once after next harvest. Also, the ferns, despite the fact that I like harvested them here from the bulbous fiber plant things, they're non-native. So there's a bit of a penalty for growing them outside of a greenhouse. But my next goal is to get greenhouse going, so I'm not too concerned about that. Oh, hey, Cave Jaw, or Stone Jaw, whatever your name is. I never remember crop properly. Enjoy your death. Bye-bye. God, it's nice to have a defense force. Okay. Empty container. Can you tame bears? Nope. So, if you're wondering what you can tame, it's this. Wolf, wild boar, hyena, and then anything that you see you can fit a saddle on. So if you go over to the ranching station here, riding saddle, whatever you can put a riding saddle on. So once you research riding saddle, will show you like what you can put it on. But basically, Tyrannus, which is like a horse, Moa, which is like a big ostrich, emu-like bird, buffalo, tuskers, which are like snow buffalo, you've got mammoths, so on and so forth. And you know, I don't have the full list memorized, so if you want finer details, just consult search engine, I think. So the glass work. Oop, glass. I have the refined wood now, but I'm missing some of the other resources, which we'll pick up in soon. So I'm still working on it. Thank you for tuning in to Icarus, Volcanic Prometheus, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow prospectors.